Hello and welcome to AutoCAD for beginners. In this particular video I'm going to be discussing blocks. So till now in these videos we haven't discussed what blocks are. So blocks basically are a collection of lines, polylines or arcs to form a single object. So over here you can see that in the screen I have this plan over here. This is basically an AutoCAD reference plan. I haven't made this and this is just a reference plan that has been downloaded for this particular video. So to see the different kinds of blocks in this plan, I could just go over here in the home panel to the block section, and in the insert drop down menu you can see that there are these different blocks available over here. And if I want to insert any block, I just have to select them. For example, if I want to insert a door, I just select the door and apply it wherever I want. So there are different places over here. I can apply the door to wherever I want. Now, how to basically make a block if you're making a new drawing and you don't have any blocks already made. How to create your own block palette. So for example, if I want to create a door of say 3000 millimeters width, that means 3-meter door, and that be too wide, I just make 1000 millimeter door. That I'll just create a door using simple lines and arcs like this. Suppose I created this sample door and I want this door to behave like a block. For that, you just have to go to the create panel of the block and enter the name of the block, which is, I just name it door 01, and it's asking me to specify the base point, and I'll just click on specify on screen, or you can just pick a point from here. Suppose I want the base point to be this. A base point is basically a point through which you can actually move the objects and put it in different parts in a workspace. The objects, you can select the objects over here using this particular option, and you can either choose to retain this particular object. For example, if you don't want to convert this to a block but you want a certain block similar to this, you can just choose the option retain, or you can choose convert to block if you want to convert these arcs and lines to a block. Then you can use this option. To delete this, you can just select on the delete option, and now I'm just going to click OK. And if I select this door now, it's just going to behave like a block. And if I see the insert drop down menu, you can see our door is appearing over here. All the blocks, they are arranged alphabetically according to their name, so you can select whatever block you want and you can use them in your drawing file. Now I'm going to be teaching you how to insert a block from basically another drawing. For example, if you want to insert a block that is in a different drawing file, how do you do that? Now for that, I'm just going to have to go to view over here, and over here you can see we have a certain design center. You can click this and I'm just going to have to select the drawing file. For example, I select drawing 2, and you can see all these different options available over here. For example, blocks, detailed, view, dim styles, layers, layouts. So not just blocks, you can import all of these different items from a different drawing file, but for now we are talking about blocks. So I'm just going to select blocks. When I double click on this, all the blocks in that particular drawing file, they just appear right over here. So which block I want to insert, I'm just going to have to double click on that, and it opens this particular window in which I have to specify the insertion point, the scale, and the rotation. For that, I have checked all to be specified on screen. The block is supposed to be unitless, and I just click on OK. I close this design center for now, and suppose it's asking me to specify the insertion point, so I'll just choose this particular point, and now it's asking me to specify the scale and the rotation angle. So now this is a block that's been imported from a different drawing file. The next thing I'm going to be teaching you is how to basically edit a block. It's a very simple it's a very simple process. For example, we have these chairs over here, and all of these chairs, they have a certain circle inside them, and I want to change this circle. I don't want the circle to be there in all of the chairs. So for that, I'm just going to have to select this and right click on this, click on block editor, and simply you can see all of these different objects in the block. They are now appearing as different segments. So if I just select this circle and I click on delete, I close the block editor. It's asking me whether to save changes. I'll save the changes, and you can see that the circle has disappeared from all of the chairs over here. So that's how basically you change the block definition after you have created a block. So I guess that is it for blocks. The second thing I'll be showing you is how to import a PDF file. To insert a PDF file in your DWG file, especially if it's a PDF of another AutoCAD. If it's a PDF of a DWG file, I'm just going to be showing you how to create that. For that, you just click on insert and you click on PDF import. From here you can select whatever PDF you want to import. For example, drawing model 1 or drawing model 2. I'm just going to insert the drawing model 2, and I'll click on open. So it's asking me different options over here. As you can see, that you probably might have had the raster images option as unchecked, so I'm going to leave it like that. It's asking me the PDF data to import, vector geometry. That means it's going to convert all of the geometry in this PDF to actually editable geometry in your AutoCAD. True type text, that means whatever text is there in this PDF file, it's going to convert it to editable text like in AutoCAD. Layers, you can use the PDF layers, the layers in which you saved your previous AutoCAD file. That's what's going to incorporate in this particular drawing file. You can import it as a block. You can convert solid fills to hatches. I mean, you have various different options over here. For me, all of these options, they are set OK. So I'm just going to click on OK. It's asking me to specify the insertion point. So let me just select the insertion point as this. It takes a while to, yes, it's done. Now as you can see that all of this text, if I select this text, it's actually editable text because it is true type text. Instead of this over here, you can see it's just lines and arcs. So if you just don't select true type text, it's going to convert this particular text also to a series of hatches, curves and lines, so that will be difficult to edit. Over here you can see these lines are now, they're different kind of editable lines, and over here also these lines are different editable lines. So you can actually import a PDF and you can edit it in your AutoCAD DWG. Now let's just import a PDF with an image in it. Go to the PDF option again, and this time I'm going to insert an PDF with image in it. So I'm just going to open this, and this time I'm going to check raster images. I'm just going to select this and click on OK. So I'm just going to select the insertion point over here. So as you can see, the image has appeared. If you didn't select the raster image option, this image will not be appearing over here. So you can also change the images in your AutoCAD file. For example, if I just select this particular image, a new window over here opens. You can see you can change the brightness of the image, you can increase the contrast, you can fade the image, use the image transparency, you can create a clipping boundary. Now what is a clipping boundary? In different kind of softwares, if you want to crop an image, that's what you call it. If you want to define the image boundary, it's called cropping the image. But AutoCAD is slightly more specific. You can create a clipping boundary. That's what it means by cropping an image. If I click on this, you can either use a rectangular clip. For example, the default option over here is selected as rectangle. So if I just create a rectangle over here in my image, that's how it creates a new clipping boundary. A new boundary has been created for our image. I just press Ctrl plus Z and I use the clipping boundary option again, and this time I choose polygonal, and I can choose any random boundary that I want and press enter. So that would be the new outline of that image. Similarly, for blocks and different things, you can do use the clipping boundary as an option. This text is again editable, and I guess that's it for raster images. The third thing that I'm going to be showing you is XRef files. XRef files are basically reference to an external drawing. It's a way to see several drawing files in the current file. For example, if I want to import this particular file as a reference file, I'll just show you how to import XRef images. You just go to insert, click on attach, and over here you can just search for the drawing file. For example, I want drawing 2 to be imported as an XRef file. If I open this, it's asking me the scale. I want it 1:1. Insertion point I'll specify on screen, rotation angle to be 0, and block unit to be millimeters. I'm just going to click on OK. Now the base point over here, as you can see, is basically the origin point. For example, you can see the origin point for this file is this point. So if I use an external reference, if I use this file as external reference, it's going to take this particular point as its base point. So I just put this file right over here. You can see it just it's not as vibrant as this particular file is. The green is a bit faded, the red is a bit faded. That's because this XRef file is actually not editable. Until and unless you edit the original file, this file is not going to change. if I just select this and I try to move it around, or I try to copy anything, or try to change anything, it's not going to do that. It's appearing over here right as a block. So but blocks are editable. This particular XRef files, they are not editable. XRef files are basically used when multiple people are working on the same file. That means if there's a plan and a person is making a plumbing drawing, and another person is making an electrical layout for that particular drawing, somebody is making the interiors. So if the same file is being used at multiple locations, that they can use the XRef files and create, use the XRef files as reference to create their different drawings. So this is what XRef files are. I'm going to tell you how to create a clipping boundary for an XRef file. For example, if I just select this new window over here opens, and I click on create clipping boundary. Choose the type of the clipping boundary, say polygonal, and I'm just going to make a clipping boundary like this. Don't worry about the shape of it. I'm just going to tell you how the shape would not be visible when you print this XRef file. Just press enter. You can see everything except for what was inside this clipping boundary has disappeared. Yeah, you can edit your clipping boundary like that. Although if you see this line, it's going to be printed. If you don't want it to be printed, you just select this. You can use the command X clip frame and enter the value for it as 0. And you can see the clipping boundary, it has just vanished. So now it won't be appearing in prints or anywhere else like that. So I hope you understood this video. The 3 things that we discussed are blocks, PDF files, and XRef files. Thank you for watching, and keep practicing.